Hey guys, welcome back to art class. Today we're going to be making a snowflake, and I'm going to be showing you guys a couple different ways that you can draw them and do them. But for this project, you are going to need a pencil, a piece of paper, and a pair of scissors, as long as it's okay with your parents. Okay, if you don't have scissors, or your parents say that you can't use scissors right now, then you can just draw it and you don't need to cut it out. Okay, so there's two options. So you can either do the scissors and cutting with us, or you can skip the cutting part and you can just draw. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bigger. And we're gonna get started. Okay, so go ahead and take out your blank piece of paper and your pencil to start. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw a big circle on our paper, as big as you can fit on your paper. If you really want to be like a perfectionist, then you can find something to trace a perfect circle as long as it's big. Like, what do I have around here? Maybe if I wanted to trace like this thing of wipes, I could make a perfect circle, but I don't really care about making a perfect circle right now, so I'm just gonna draw mine. Once you have it drawn, you're gonna cut out your circle. So just to kind of like review with you guys about scissors, we wanna make sure that when we cut, we always cut away from us, so the blade points out, never ever towards you, ever, always out. Okay, so I'm going to cut out my circle, and remember, you kind of want to make sure you make your circle as big as you can on your paper, because then your snowflake will be bigger. Okay, so I'm cutting out, sorry if you can't see that. So I did the best that I could. Here's my circle, and I'm going to use the side without the pencil lines because I didn't cut exactly on the pencil, which is okay. Okay, so I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to get started on my drawing. So I'm going to move my scissors out of the way, and I'm going to start off with a pencil. Okay, now here's the thing. When you guys look at this snowflake, you will notice that it is perfectly symmetrical. And you're probably like, wait, what does that word mean? Symmetrical. Okay, symmetrical means if I take this paper, or if I take this snowflake and I cut it in half like this, say I cut it right there. This side and this side are the exact same. So anything that is symmetrical is the exact same on both sides. So it's a mirror image. So if I put it together, it would be the same. Now, a snowflake, though, has radial symmetry. So symmetry means it's the same on both sides. I'm adding a word in there. Radial symmetry. Radial, radial, radial. What does that mean? The word radial means circular. And we have a circle, so perfect. Radial symmetry. And what that means is you actually start in the middle and all the way around is symmetrical. So it's actually symmetrical in more than one place that if you cut it in the middle, it would be the same. So if I cut it down the middle here, it's the same on those sides. If I cut it down the middle here, it's the same on those sides. If I cut it down the middle diagonally, it's the same on those sides, and so on. So that's exactly what that means. So usually anything that's circular that has a pattern that goes around it like this is going to be radial symmetrical, or is going to have radial symmetry. Okay, so we're going to get started by drawing. So on your circle, you guys are going to start by in the middle, just kind of like look as close as you can, just try and find out where your middle is. You're going to draw a line straight down. Oh, you cannot see that. I'm going to use my marker because you can't see that. So I'm going to draw a line straight down. And I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to do the same thing. down. So I have four perfect little, not perfect, they don't have to be perfect, but just like similar little sections. Okay, and then I'm going to do it 2 more times. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to also go here. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I wanted to make sure that it looks like it's pretty much the same in each little section. Now I will tell you guys, mine is not perfect. There are definitely spots where they're not the exact same, and that's totally okay. Okay, now the next thing is that we have to just start adding some details in and some designs in to make it look like a snowflake. So what do? Well, really, now's the part where you get to be as super creative as you want. So what I did was I actually just started by drawing in a section some sort of like line or design. So in this section I drew little triangles, like right in the middle. And I just kind of rotated my paper as I go. And I made just kind of like this little, I don't know, star thing. But I did it in each section so I knew that it was going to match. Okay, what else could I do? I could add some lines in here. Maybe I do like 2 lines in each one. Now keep in mind, guys, you do not need to copy mine. Remember, I said you guys can do this however. Also, you will notice, too, when I show you my other one again, they are not the same. Okay, this one's different. All snowflakes are different. You can do any design, any line in each of them that you want. I think up here I'm going to do some more of those little triangle shapes. So I think I'm going to do it just bigger up here. Okay, also I want to point out I am using a marker to draw mine. I want you to use a pencil just in case you mess up. I'm using a marker because my camera keeps turning super bright, and so it's kind of like not showing up with just the pencil. But if you want to outline it later, you can do that. Okay, so far so good. What else should I add in? I need something like up here. I think maybe I'll add in like a line kind of like that in each section. Remember, there's no right or wrong way. Okay. So honestly, the cool thing about this kind of thing is it really doesn't technically have to be a snowflake. I guess you could make it into like a flower or just some other radial design. But I'm going to make mine a snowflake. Okay, so then I think just to make it look a little more like a snowflake, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to add a line with kind of like those little circles at the end in each section. Okay, and that is it for that design. And then comes the coloring part. So I am going to use markers. You may use markers or crayons for this project. I'm going to use just markers. I am using only purple and blue because they are 2 of the cool colors, and I want this to look like a snowflake. I can also leave some sections white if I choose to kind of add to like the snowflake theme. Okay. Lastly, if you're using a crayon, or if you're using crayons instead, you can do that. If you are choosing to do this project and not make it a snowflake, you may also do that if you wanted to color it in with whatever colors. It's up to you, okay? So really then, the next thing that I would do is I would just start by coloring in different sections with my different colors and kind of doing it however I think looks good. Okay, so I would probably, because I don't want them to be the exact same, I think I would do every other one blue. So I would do this one blue, this one blue, this one blue, and this one blue. And then maybe in between leave them white, or maybe do them purple, not sure. But either way, there is no right or wrong way. You guys can choose to do them however you want. I even did some lines in there instead of coloring it in solid. Up to you. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun with this project, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!